The blood-stained Ouija. Dale could never forget the night she decided to play with an Ouija board with her friends. She had heard all of the warnings as a child, of how it was a dangerous game to play, but she had dismissed them as nothing more than a silly superstition. It was a foolish move. The friends thought it was all a joke at first, but then as soon as Dale asked a question, the planchette began to move with an unseen force. They asked if spirits could give them a sign, and immediately the planchette fled across the board. Slightly frightened by what they had witnessed, they decided to end the game, and the planchette came to a stop with a single word. Yes. At first they all laughed and teased, believing they had pulled off a trick. But as they looked closer, they noticed that the planchette had left a red streak across the board. Dale moved to touch it, and as she did, a chill ran down her spine and her skin began to crawl. The friends returned to the house in silence, unsure of what had just occurred. They all expected to forget about the incident the next day, but it was too late. Later that night, a thick fog had settled over the town and strange noises echoed from the darkness. Dale went to the window and the moonlight revealed something moving in the darkness. At first, Dale thought it was a dream, an illusion of the mind. But it took a few more seconds for her to realize the horror she was witnessing. It was the red mark, hovering in the air above her house and spelling out one single, horrifying word. Help! Dale and her friends now knew they had done something horrible. They had inadvertently unleashed a dark and malevolent force, one that was seeking revenge for something long forgotten. Dale never knew what the stories and warnings had been about, but it was too late to go back. The next day, Dale awoke to find her house covered in a thick layer of red, and the Ouija board mysteriously missing. Some of her friends had vanished too, leaving her alone with the nightmarish truth they had discovered. Dale spent the rest of her life running from the dark forces she had become a part of, and only ever found solace in the shadows, knowing that the unseen creature still lingers in the night, seeking vengeance, and leaving a trail of blood and terror in its wake.